Good afternoon, Adam here. Today I want to go through Monday.com and Trello, compare the two of them, both from a pricing standpoint and from a feature standpoint, to let you know which one I think would be better for you for your particular use cases, and explain why me and my organization chose the program that we did, and why that may not be the best choice for you if you are just an individual. So let's first just start with the pricing. So let's first turn to Monday's pricing, which you'll pretty quickly realize is my least favorite thing about this program. So you'll see that it has an individual free forever type tier, but some programs offer more options and better functionality for their free tier than others. Of course, the general idea is to get you acquainted with the program so that you want to use it and want the additional functionality of the paid plans, or for most of these, it's also because there's no collaboration or limited collaboration between users on the free plan. So Monday's free plan, you'll see, has pretty limited options, and the main drawback is there are no automations. You'll see the first tier that has these automations is at $250 a month is the standard tier, $10 a month. And when I get into the functionality, you'll see why that's important. But I really don't find Monday to be very useful without automations. So if you were just to subscribe for the free tier with no automations, it's just not really worth the effort. You can get the same thing done on a piece of paper with a pen, or just on a spreadsheet. So the free tier is very limited functionality through Monday. And here is the even more baffling choice that they've made as far as pricing goes. So let's just say that you decide you want to pay for the paid tier. You'll quickly see here it says choose team size. The smallest team size is 3. So yeah, it says $10 a month, but what it's really saying is $10 a seat a month, and you can't buy less than 3 seats. So you can't just pay $10 a month. The minimum price per month at the standard tier is $30 a month, not $10 a month. And it just scales from 3 to 5, and then every 5 seats. So if you have a team of, let's just say, 4 people, you're going to have to pay for 5 people. If you have a team of 6 people, you're going to pay for 10 people. It's a very questionable pricing decision. Lots of complaints about it. Doesn't make much sense. And if you have a decent-sized team, if you have 5, 6, 7 people, then yeah, it's probably okay to pay the extra if you're getting pretty good use out of it. But it's not cheap. It's just not a very cheap option. There is an option to pay by the year rather than by the month. You'll see that this is actually the yearly price. So you're with 3 seats, you're paying, what is that, 30 times 12. So see, I can't even do math. $360. You just shell them $360 out front, or you're paying $36 a month for the monthly option. So it is a questionable pricing decision, definitely the biggest downside. And if it is a good tool for you and you have a couple people that are using, then yeah, it's okay. You're going to get enough use out of it, and you're going to save enough time to justify the expense. But for somebody just wanting to get their foot in the door with a small team that wants to use automations and see what it really has to offer, it's pretty steep. It's pretty tough to justify when there's other tools up there like Trello, which has a significantly less invasive pricing scheme. So turning now to Trello's pricing, first off, you're going to see you can just pay per user, which, yeah, great. That's already a step up. You're also going to see it's cheaper overall, and the free options they're better in a lot of ways. So you're getting more of the functionality, or it's really sort of similar functionality to Monday, but Monday, sort of as a design philosophy, is asking for more automations, is asking for more sort of in the background work just based on the way it's set up, which I will show you why that is, and also why Monday is perhaps more powerful for people that need more automation and people who need more of that functionality. But Trello, if you're looking for more of a basic task management system with perhaps less collaboration between team members, although it absolutely allows for collaboration, then Trello may be the better bet. And the billing, you just pay per person, and you don't need the dashboard and the timeline. Just if you want to just work off the Kanban board style, then you can get the standard tier and it's perfectly fine because you can have as many boards and lists, and 1,000 of these commands, which I'll show you here in a second, is plenty. If you go back to Mondays, the standard plan is only 250, so you'll pretty quickly figure out that 1,000 is probably going to be enough for most people's uses in a team that's less than 10 people. Now then, turning to the functionality of Monday, this is where it shines. I wouldn't be personally using Monday if it didn't have great functionality, and it absolutely has great functionality if you're working in a small team. Even a larger team I could see being quite functional. We have 6 people that use this program, and it's suiting our needs perfectly. So I'm just going to give you sort of a quick overview of some of the functionality and why I in particular like it. Just to give you an idea as to what you can do with this program if you set it up correctly. So this is just a test board that I set up to show off in another tutorial video I did on my channel, to basically allow for requests that are made to, let's just say, third-party providers, and to allow you to track and follow up on those requests in sort of a logical fashion, and to allow your entire team to stay on top of where you are in the process. So if you are going to send an invoice to Susie, or I don't know, Susan, so let's just say you want to send an invoice, and you'll see it's based on these automations that I'll show you in a second. It automatically assigns it, and then you can just move it down the list. You'll see that the dates change based upon the rules I've set up to allow for very consistent follow-ups, and you can have the person that is assigned to these tasks change at any point in time. There's only one person on this board, so it's just me. And you can also set it up so that if it goes to certain tiers, certain statuses, it will send a specific notification to a specific person, and really does allow for more flexibility and accountability within a collaborative environment. So here's sort of the automations that I'm using on this board, and if it looks complicated, it is a little bit complicated, but it's nothing you can't figure out. Anybody with sort of a real basic understanding of what I would call computer logic or if-then logic will be able to sort this out if you spend a couple hours with it. And this is just a very basic example using one column, or 2 columns really, to set dates, to set notifications, to move it up and down the list. And the best part about this is you only need one person in your organization who understands how this works, gets it set up, and then everybody else just needs to be able to click on the status buttons and move them around. So if you set it up in a logical fashion, anybody else in the organization who may not be quite as computer savvy as you are is going to be able to use it. So, looking at another example, just at a basic to-do list, you can set up recurring deadlines. So it says weekly, but that's just because I'm too lazy to fix the tag. So let's just say you need this done once a month. You say you've done it, and today is the 28th. It's going to be reset to the 28th. Oops, well, maybe. Let's try this again. So yeah, I didn't do it correctly. So, and that is the recurring tag that I forgot to add. So let's just say you need that done once a month. You're going to set monthly. You're going to set it to once a month, and then once it's done, you'll see that it's going to get reset back into this column, and now it's due on the 28th. So it's very cool. This is, obviously use three different columns. It has additional automations. This one has 7 instead of 6. So yeah, there is a bit of setup involved with Monday, but if you need that additional flexibility, then, and also if you like this to-do list view as opposed to the Kanban board view, Monday is the way to go. Finally, turning to Trello, you're going to notice right off the bat the view is very different. It is the Kanban view, which sort of the view that a lot of people like nowadays. I am personally not much of a fan of it. I think I like to have rows and columns, and I like to be able to see all the dates. This is more of a holistic view, is I think the right way to look at it, because you're gonna look at this and you're gonna move it to doing and then done. which some people really like this view. It's for more of the visual learners or just the visual crowd in general may like this view better. Again, I personally am not a huge fan. So this is a much easier program to use out of the box. So let's just say I need to have something done. And then you just click on it and assign dates. Due on Tuesday. And then easy enough. And it'll have the date right there. I'm not as big of a fan of this view, but it attracts a certain type of crowd, and also a lot of all this function I've shown you so far is totally there out of the box in the free plan. But the automations it does have automations. So, and some of these automations are quite nice, and the templating is also pretty nice too. So I've set up just a checklist template, and you just click right here, make a new checklist, and you'll see that I have first, second, third, and it's just clean. It's clean and easy. Works out of the box. Anybody can figure this part out, and I think that's sort of the biggest sell. Not to mention the price point. Price point's also a big sell. But at the same time, it does have good automations, which I'll show real quick. So you can do the buttons is my particular favorite. So you can add new rules, new buttons. It does not have quite as many options. So you'll see it does have some functionality with Slack and Jira, and does allow moving between columns, changing dates, adding new people, sending comments, sending emails to team members. So it does have the very basic functionality. Like I said, less options than Monday, but probably enough for most people. So the one that I set up is, the button-wise, is a review button, which if you have a team, something's assigned to one person, but you need sort of the higher up, the end of the line kind of person to review it, then you can just click on it. I need to have something done. You've done it. It's time to review, and it's going to get assigned to somebody, me in this case, and going to move to the review column, and also it's going to send me an email. So very easy to use. This view is not my favorite. Like I said, something for everybody. You can go to timeline view. I just don't like it as much. The calendar view is fine, and I don't even think I showed the Monday calendar view. The Monday calendar view is also, let me switch to it real quick. It's similar. It's fine. So if you go to December, you're going to see the deadlines that I just made. So similar views in calendar. Dashboard. It's a lot of information that most people are not going to need. It does not have this real basic, what Monday calls the main table view, which again is my personal favorite, but that is open to discussion. And you'll just see it's very simple to use. I think I've harped on that enough at this point. Ease of use, cheaper price point, less flexibility with the automations. I think the views are not quite as good, but honestly, both programs are great. So what is my sort of big recommendation? I can't really say one is better than the other, just from a totally holistic point of view. I personally went with Monday for our team because it's just better for our needs, has more automations, the task list, which is just a better fit. The notifications is a better fit. The automations with the recurring things and just the way this looks is a better fit for the way I personally work and the way our team works and the way some of our background software for our log practice operates. It is, I would say, if you're trying to weigh the pros and cons between these two options, if you are a team of more than 3, and are willing to learn the automations, I would lean towards Monday. If you are an individual person, just you, maybe 2 people, maybe you're doing content creation on YouTube, and you just need something to track between you and your editor and your thumbnail person or whatever, it's just 2 or 3 people, then Trello is probably going to be a better fit and a cheaper fit, and it's less work and easier for everyone else to figure out. So Yeah, it is a toss up. It's and just from watching this video, you may have discovered you like one of these views better than the other view, and that's probably going to be enough to tip the scales one way or the other, just based upon your feel, and your preferences on the layout. So I hope you found this video useful. If you did, let me know. If you think I missed something, let me know that as well. And until next time, have a great day.